The Books of Infinity. Audiobook 10. The Unbounded Way. You have traveled a long way, through the great unknown and the beginning of infinity, through 11 books and 10 plus 1 ways of seeing consciousness, through origins and chaos, purpose and transcendence, doubt and the absurd, through the recognition that it is all unlimited, that the door is always open. And now, perhaps, you are asking the natural question, how? How do I actually live this? How do I take everything this journey has opened in me and bring it into a Tuesday morning, into a difficult conversation, into the moments when the philosophy feels distant and the ordinary weight of life feels very close? That is what this audiobook is for. Every tradition that has ever seriously grappled with how to live has arrived, eventually, at the same place. In the middle. Not the middle as compromise. Not the middle as the absence of commitment or the splitting of every difference. But the middle as the most precise, most alive, most honest place a human being can stand. The Buddha called it the middle way. After years of extreme asceticism that left him near death, and years before that of extreme indulgence as a prince, he found what worked in neither extreme. What worked was the path between them, fully engaged with life, neither grasping nor rejecting, neither numb nor overwhelmed. Aristotle called it the golden mean. Virtue, he proposed, is not a fixed point, but a dynamic balance between excess and deficiency. Courage is the middle between recklessness and cowardice. Generosity is the middle between extravagance and miserliness. The good life is not achieved by following rules. It is achieved by developing the sensitivity to find the right balance in each particular moment. The Taoists called it Wu Wei, effortless action, not passivity. Not doing nothing, but moving in alignment with the natural flow of things rather than against it, like water finding its way around a stone, like a skilled musician who has practiced so deeply that the music plays itself. Different traditions, different languages, the same recognition, the middle. The middle is not always easy to find, but it has a feeling you learn to recognize. It feels like being fully present without being swept away, like caring deeply without clinging, like having a clear direction without being rigid about the path, like knowing what matters without needing everything else to be wrong. It feels like the eye of a storm, not empty, alive, but still, centered, with the full force of everything moving around it and through it, without losing its own position. You have felt this, perhaps in a moment of deep conversation, perhaps in the middle of creative work that was going well, perhaps in nature, in music, in meditation, in the space between sleeping and waking, perhaps in a moment of genuine connection with another person, when everything unnecessary fell away and what remained was simply real. That feeling is the middle. And it is available more often than you think. It's the yin and the yang. At the center of the image for this audiobook is a yin-yang symbol, with an eye at its center, and a heart. See and feel. That is the instruction. In 2 words, the yin-yang is one of the oldest and most precise maps of the middle way ever devised. It shows 2 forces, not opposites at war, but complements in a continuous dance, each containing a seed of the other, each incomplete without the other, together forming something whole, light and dark, active and receptive, knowing and unknowing, masculine and feminine, logic and intuition. The art of finding the middle is not the art of eliminating one side in favor of the other. It is the art of holding both, of knowing when to act and when to wait, when to speak and when to listen, when to push and when to yield. That is a lifelong practice, not a destination you arrive at, a sensitivity you develop, a muscle you strengthen through use. Go to the middle. When you don't know what to do, go to the middle. When the argument is pulling you to one extreme or another, go to the middle. When fear is pushing you toward rigidity or chaos is pulling you toward dissolution, go to the middle. When you have lost the thread of what matters, go to the middle. Not as a formula, as a practice of returning, of coming back to the still point at the center of your own experience, where the eye sees clearly, where the heart knows what it knows, where the noise of competing certainties quietens enough for something true to be heard. This is the unbounded way, not a path that leads somewhere outside yourself. A path that leads, again and again, to the most honest version of who you are, like sun and stars. The image for this audiobook also shows the sun on one side and stars on the other, day and night, the known and the unknown, the immediate and the infinite. Both are real, both are yours. You live in the daylight world of ordinary life, of work and relationship, of responsibility and routine, of the thousand small decisions that make up a human day. That world is real, and it matters. And you live under the stars, oriented by something larger than the immediate. By the questions this journey has been asking, by the recognition that you are part of something vast and ancient and still unfolding. The unbounded way is the art of living in both simultaneously, of bringing the stars into the daylight, of letting the ordinary be lit quietly by the infinite. You wonder how. You wonder when. So here is the practice in its simplest form. Notice where you are, not where you think you should be, or where you were yesterday, or where you hope to be tomorrow. Where you actually are, right now, in this moment. Find the middle of that, the still point between reacting and withdrawing, between certainty and confusion, between holding on and letting go. Stay there for a moment longer than is comfortable, and then move from that place, from the eye, from the heart. That is the unbounded way. That is the art of finding it. We close this audiobook with a track from the Pi 11 Pi catalog called Go to the Middle. Let it take you there, to the still point, to the eye of the storm, to the place where everything this journey has opened in you can settle into something you can actually use. The full album is available on your streaming service. Looking forward to meeting you in the final audiobook, Audiobook 11. Hold your beliefs lightly. Ready when you are.
Go to the middle. Go to the middle and you will find the nothingness. Go to the middle and you will find balance. Go to the middle. middle and you will find the nothingness. Go to the middle and you will find balance. Go to the middle.